Welcome in everybody to Ahead of the Spread. This is the late night show where we look at the lines for tomorrow, try to find some good numbers that we can get in on, and just beat the market and try to get to the window. So we did talk about a lot yesterday. Overall in NBA, what we talked about, I was split 2-2, but two of those losses, or 2-1 actually, two of those losses by the hook were really annoying. Um, Houston winning all game, then don't cover right at the end. That was pretty annoying. Pelicans team total over 113 and a half, got the best of that number and lands right on 113. So have to do a little bit better here today. And we have 7 games to talk about to try to find some money. So before we get to that, do want to shout out Odds Logic. We are powered by Odds Logic. And I know I didn't put it on the screen yesterday. So let's make sure we get it there because that's where we're looking at our lines. And yeah, Odds Logic just makes it easy. You can put the books in any order you want. You can have the injuries there, get alerts during the game, etc., and just get real time lines for all of these books. So we'll go in rotation order. First up, we'll look at Boston and Cleveland. This one opened up Cavs -2. As you see here, looks like still two pretty much everywhere. Total is on the rise though. Open 235, up as high as 237 and a half. Nobody on the injury report for Boston. For the Celtics, looks like Okoro, Dean Wade, and Travers are out. Let's get over here, and this should work just like this. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay, that's how we do it. So I told you guys, I'll learn as we go. So Celtics and Cavaliers, first of a back to back for the Cavs. Chance for the Celtics to get a little bit of in season revenge. The last time these teams played, Cavaliers won 115 to 111. That was on December 1st. Cavaliers, they've been playing good basketball lately. They're off of a 40 plus point W. They won what, 4 straight games here, all by looks like 2019 plus. So they're in a good rhythm right now, and they're pretty healthy. I know the Celtics are healthy too, but they've been very inconsistent in their play and haven't really been covering. I mean, looking at this here, haven't covered in a couple straight. Um, what, 3 of the last 4 haven't covered there. Boston has been really inconsistent, but they're the kind of team that when they're challenged or off of a loss, or it's a game that they're supposed to get up for, they do usually show up. And this would be one of those games versus the Cavaliers, um, after they lost to them that first time. So it's a tough one for me. Celtics have been the better defensive team. Cavs are the number one offense last 5 games. And the rebounding edge definitely looks like it goes to the Cavaliers here. Honestly, in a pick 'em game like this, I would. I'm looking for more reasons to back the Cavaliers, the team that's won 4 straight games by close to 20 points per game. Really, 19 plus in all of them. So um, uh, until Boston shows me that consistency, I'd have to roll with the Cavaliers here at the house. I think they've only lost 3, maybe 4 games at home all season long. That would be the direction I'm looking there. And as far as the total, we did see it moving up pace wise, both bottom 10 and pace last 5 games. Um, Last matchup, what do we get? 226 there, and we're looking at 227. It's not one that I feel very strong about. Or we're looking at 237 this time. Yeah, it's not one I feel very strong about, but the market does seem to love the over. Let's get back over here. Appreciate you guys staying up late night to tap in for the show. JC, KC, um, B Daddy, usual suspects in here. Appreciate y'all staying up. And as Dave says, he's reminding everybody to hit the like button. Definitely helps out the show. So appreciate that, you guys. All right, let's get back and let's move over to the next game. That looks like Dallas and Philly opened up Philly -1. They're now 1.5 or 2, so not much movement there. Not much movement on the total either. 224.5 to 225. as far as who's available, who's injured. Powell's out, Lively is out, and Anthony Davis out. So this team, they did make the big move, Luca for AD, but we will not see AD yet. If I'm not mistaken. It was like an abdomen strain or something like that he had before he even got traded. For the Sixers here, we have Drummond and Embiid both questionable, not listed out yet. Gordon also game time. So is Caleb Martin, KJ Martin, and then Paul George looks like he's going to remain out for this game, or at least as is listed right now. Um, get over here and let's move over to Mavs and Sixers. So for the Sixers, it is the first of a back to back here. They do play Miami tomorrow. And for the Mavericks, equally rested team, but they're coming off of a beatdown. They lost to the Cavs 101 to 144. They've really lost back to back games by double digits. Just looking at the stats, I know it's mostly going to favor the Sixers here, especially with those blowouts. Yeah, everything except for maybe rebounding, looking like the Sixers. And what I'll say for these two is Sixers have Sixers have been playing better lately. I mean, you could look here. They are off of two losses to Boston and Denver, two really good teams, but they played them competitively. They covered, and they've been winning some games here before that. So I do like the form that Philly's in. The rebounding numbers, it makes sense because they've been without Embiid and Drummond. If they're without both, I would expect it to continue. But you could see both of those guys return here. How I my personal opinion, I feel like the players on the Mavs want to prove that they can still win like this. Like if AD was out there, I'd feel a lot more confident in trying to go and back the Mavericks here. But that's just my thought. Like a lot of people are talking about, oh, now Dallas Mavericks are not going to be good, et cetera, et cetera. Like I think this is a team that wants to go and show everybody like we're still going to win. So because of that, even if they get Embiid back, and when's the last time he's played? Drummond's also been out a while. I don't think they'll come back and just look great. So I think the Mavericks would be the side I prefer here. And as far as a total, I don't feel very strongly, so I will keep my opinions to myself. My bad, B man. I did not see this comment asking me to check the Cavs first half money line at home. I'll check it though. I know we've moved on. I'll go back and check it. I'm assuming you meant for the full season. Maybe we should be getting in and getting out on that game, but I will check it for you. I know they've been really good at home in general, but Cavs first half as a home at home, yeah, 24 1-2. I mean at home in general, 24-3. So kind of same straight up. But that's what we're looking at there tomorrow. Celtics on the road. Um, what would that be? 16-7 straight up in the first half. 19 and 7 straight up full game, or 19-6 straight up full game. So it could be a way to look there. Appreciate you shouting that out. Let's get back to the next game. And that looks like Houston and Brooklyn. Man, Houston was that was a dirty loss tonight. They opened -9, haven't really moved here. Total open 209, and it looks like 208 and a half. Injuries. So for the Rockets, who knows if we'll get Shingun out there. I'm pretty sure Van Fleet will miss again. For the Nets, as of right now, Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, Lewis, Cam Johnson, Clowney, Bogdanovich, all out for this Nets team. All right, let's get back here. So for the Rockets, they are playing on a back to back. They just lost. Um, what was that there? They lost by 6 to the Knicks. And third game in 4 nights, fourth and six. Chance for them to get some double digit in season revenge versus this Nets team, though. This Nets team just beat them the other day. I mean, the 1st of February, they lost as a double digit favorite, lost by 12 points outright. So looking at the Nets, sorry, excuse me. Looking at the Nets, they haven't played since then. 2 days rest, it looks like for them. So rest advantage, although it is the first of a back to back for them. Maybe, it says a letdown spot. Um, I think it's more so that the Rockets would come to play. I mean, the Nets, with everybody missing too, I mean, that is something to look at. We know they've struggled, um, but coming off of 2 wins here, I mean, there's nothing to overlook there coming off those 2 wins, I guess. I just look at these systems here. It makes so much sense, even with the rest disadvantage, that quick revenge. That was a game that Rockets should have felt embarrassed about. They were expected to win easily. Um, I just see, like, I agree with all of these systems here. Back non-divisional heavy road favorite. Road favorite that has not been doing as well as opponent in the last several games. Road favorite with revenge. Fading opponent on the first level back to back. It just this is kind of it too. Back road favorite on road trip versus home team with next game at home. They're complacent. I mean, there's some on this side too for the Nets, basically saying the rest advantage, pretty much what it's saying there. But I think that the Rockets can win this game by double digits. I really do. Let me see here. Let me go. Just take a glance at a couple things here. Let's get back to the last 5 games. That's what I like to look at. So yeah, Nets surprisingly third best defensive rated team last 5 games. Offense has been where it's been struggling. Rockets, I think they can pick it up defensively, especially versus this Nets offense. So we'll see. That is my opinion on that game. We'll keep going down the list. Next, we have New York and Toronto. Opened up New York -6. Um, I see pretty much. I mean, there is still a 6 out there. There's also 5. So this is one where you would want a line shop. Depending on what you like, get the best of that number. As far as injuries, Boucher and Brown look like they're questionable for the Raptors. Then for the Knicks, still not expecting Ananobi to play. We know Mitchell Robinson's been out forever. Let's move it on over here. Um, there we go. Knicks Raptors. And I see third game in 4 nights for the Knicks. Second of a back to back for them as well. For the Raptors, first game of a back to back. Coming off a win as a dog, so they think it's a letdown spot for them. But I think I would disagree with that. I mean, they're another team that's just been playing good basketball right now. Chance for them to get double digit in season revenge. I mean, let's take a look here. They've won. They won their last game. They did lose to the Bulls, but before that, I mean, just win, 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 win. I think that's winning 6 of their last 7 games. So, a team playing well like that with the rest advantage at home versus an unrested opponent. Like this is the Raptor spot. This system here says fade team fatigue factor plus travel makes perfect sense. Why you want to go against the Knicks here tonight? And those, the starters for the Knicks play a lot of minutes over there with Tibbs. Raptors, the number one defense last 5 games. The offense has been where it's struggling a little bit. Rebounds haven't been have actually been the worst offensive rebounding team, but good on the defensive boards. Um, yeah, Raptors catching points at home. I just don't think it's a good spot for the Knicks, and I like the current form for the Raptors. So Raptors plus the 6, it's already on the move down to 5. I think is going in the right direction. I think the Raptors can keep it competitive. And my bad. Let's move over here. I know it's just a lot when I'm doing the screen like this by myself. I know you guys are here in the chat, so my bad for that. Um, yeah, amen is I mean is the truth. I do. I mean, he should have been getting the ball instead of Jalen Green at the end of that game. Jalen Green was just, every time he was just not good. He was just not good. Every time he was in the game or getting the ball, it was a negative for Rockets backers. B Man says Raptors some dogs. John Tay says back to back with that border. Yeah, that's the way that I'm looking at it. All right. Let's get over to the next game. Next game we have Heat and Bulls. Opened up Heat -4. Looks like 3.5. Total open 228.5. Hasn't really moved. As far as the injuries, I see Duncan Robinson game time decision. No Jimmy Butler. No Richardson for the Bulls. Looks like Sanogo's game time. Um, Same can be said for Jalen Smith. Same can be said for Terry. THT looks like he's doubtful for that game. Other than that, the Bulls should have everybody. Let's get over here. Heat and Bulls. So for the Bulls, it is the first of a back to back for them. They play Minnesota following day. For the Heat, they do have the rest advantage here. 2 days of rest for them. They're also on the front end of the back to back. They play the Sixers tomorrow. Um, Heat coming off of that very close win versus Spurs. Meanwhile, Chicago coming off of an L. I don't know. I kind of feel like Chicago will be the more motivated team. Then also playing at the house. I just really don't want a whole lot to do with Miami right now. Like with everything they have going on, Jimmy Butler situation, et cetera, et cetera. Just not where I want to put my money at. Yes, they won that last game. They did not cover. Got blown out the game before that. They did cover this game versus Orlando. I mean, I guess they've covered some, but it's been inconsistent. And until they make a move, like until you just change the energy completely in Miami, it's not a team I really want to put my money on. So I think the Bulls are my preferred side here. And let's just glance. What was that total again? Total not really moving. Let's take a look here. Bulls want to play up tempo. Heat not so much. I guess you could say if I like the Bulls, especially with them playing at home, game will be played at their pace. So I'll lean with the over, lean with the Bulls, but don't feel extremely strong about the total. Next game, Lakers and Clippers opened up Clippers -6. They're now 7.5 or 8 point favorite. Total open 216.5, and it continues to go up. You see 219.5, you see a 221. So another one where, depending on what you like, you can get point and a half difference at different shops. For the Lakers, we know they did trade Anthony Davis. Luka Doncic is not ready to play yet. No Maxi Kleba either. Christian Wood still out. Cam Reddish is doubtful. Gabe Vincent and LeBron look like they're both probable. For the Clippers, Cam Christie looks like he's out. Other than that, everybody seems to be available. For the, or I'm sorry, just looking at, and let me get this on there. There we go. So looking at the Lakers, they do have the rest advantage. They last played on the first versus the Knicks. They got that W 128 to 112. They've actually won back to back games in blowout fashion. Some people could say maybe it's a little bit of a letdown spot for them. They did also lose to the Clippers earlier this season, so a little bit of in-season revenge for them. For the Clippers, coming off of a loss as a favorite, so a bounce back spot. Again, there's Toronto playing good versus everybody, knocked the Clippers off. But the Clippers, you know, they're a team that not, I mean, what, mediocre, I guess you can say on the road, not that great, a lot better at home. I mean, this is a team that I believe has covered 12 out of 15 games at the house. Um, you know, they're in rhythm. I feel like they're healthy. I like this Clippers team as far as just the team that's put together. Previous years, you wouldn't hear me say anything close to that, but I do like this Clippers team. Um, them being at home, like the Lakers, I feel like they're off a couple of wins, but no Christie, no AD. That's a lot of defense missing. I don't really trust them to get stops at all. And then um just coming off of that win, getting Luca, like I don't know. I feel like you won't get the best effort from the Lakers in this situation. For the Clippers, I feel like you're gonna get the best every single night, especially when they're at home. So I agree with the market moving this one from what was it, Clippers -6 to as high as -8. I think that's moving in the right direction. The Lakers, like I said, no AD, no defense, and you don't have Max Christie either. So they still have more moves they need to make. Um, I would definitely agree with the market pushing it up towards the over. All right. See a couple comments here. Gotta remember to get back over here. B Daddy leans towards the Clippers. J Dot, I doubt that LeBron goes anywhere. I think he'll stay with the Lakers. Appreciate you, LJ. Appreciate you, bro. And you keep up the good work as well. All right. Last game on the slate. We're gonna look at Indiana and Portland. Open Indiana -5. Hasn't really moved. Total open 231 and a half. It looks like 233 and a half. Um, Injuries. Miles Turner. He did, or they just played last night. He was out. We'll see what their injury report looks like for tomorrow. And then Portland, they just had to play an overtime game. I'm pretty sure everybody in the starting five played 40 minutes. So Portland, they squeaked out another W. They've now, I think, won or won 8 of their last 9, covered 9 in a row. Portland been making money for their backers. Let me get over here. Actually, my bad. It should be on the screen anyway. Yeah, Portland's been making money for their backers. Pacers, I feel like been playing well too. So yeah, so second of a back to back for both of these teams. Third and four nights for both of these teams. No advantage there, but Portland did play a few extra minutes with that overtime. And like I said, that starting five all played 40 plus. So I would think slight advantage towards the Pacers, even though they're on the road. Um, Pacers did squeak out a W versus Utah. Didn't cover, but they did win, and they've won now what, one, two, three, four, won 4 in a row, five, six out of 7. Pacers starting to play some good basketball too. Blazers, they're a team that's been good on a back to back. Um, I want to say they're 6-2. I'm pretty sure they're 6-2 ATS on the second of a back to back. These are last 5 game stats. Oh, I can verify right there. So let's just go ahead and do it just for the sake of it. I'm talking off the top of my head, but we got the numbers right here to back everything up. So Blazers, second of a back to back. And there it is. I was correct. They're 6-2 ATS. Pacers on the second of a back to back, 2-4 ATS, 1-5 in the first half. So maybe, I mean, situation, if you like the Blazers, you get in and get out. Um, I do have a hard time betting against how hot they've been lately, and they've been playing good defense too. So let me just go back over here. I do want to look back to last 5 games, but I'm pretty sure they should be like top 3. No, not that high, but still top 10 defensive rated team. Um, haven't been a better offensive team, but still up there too. Yeah, it's very, very hard for me to go against Portland until they start to fall off. Like they've been playing too good. So I guess I'll lean with that Portland um first half, but and the number is probably gonna move. I mean, both teams are on a back to back. The injury report is going to change everything. So I guess right now I'm with the Blazers first half, but not sure if I'll get to the window with this game. Um, B man says Pacers only two guys played over 30 minutes. I think that's what he's saying there. Bobby's production says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Blazers +5. Not mad at you. Not mad at you at all. Gustavo says Blazers till the wheels fall off. I understand, man. I get it. LJ says Blazers 16-4-2 against the spread without rest since 2023. Pacers 5-14 against the spread without rest since 2023. Good stats from my man LJ. Appreciate that. Um, yeah, that's the NBA card. So I guess it's about that time. Let me see if how do I get that off of there. And actually, it is easier for me to see if I can get it on the screen there for my odds. So boom, that'll work perfect there. So you guys can see what's been scrolling on the bottom. Pretty sure there's a 7 day all access. There goes there. Unlock 7 days all access for just $11 a day. So $77 total from any of your favorite cappers over at Wager Talk. They do also have the Super Bowl promo going on right now, and you pretty much $100. It works out I think to $100 per month, and you get every single play from every sport from whatever capper you choose, and then this one will be done in an hour and 30 minutes. But to get my college basketball and NBA together for 30 days, um, that was together for 209, and I'm pretty sure, or actually no, yeah, I think it's done in an hour and 30 minutes. So if you want to take advantage of that, for you guys up watching, college has been really good. I know I went one game backwards today, but in general, still pretty sure number one in college. Um, and top plays have been especially good, 15-2. So I'm gonna be eyeing, seeing if we could find one for tomorrow. I know we have a play we're already gonna take, but those are the promos. As far as best bet for the show, yesterday I'd already placed a lot of bets before I even came on the show, and today I have not. But I'll just shout out some ways that I'm looking here, ways that we've talked out. Um, so as of right now, I do think Houston -9 or under 209. The more I think about it, are preferred ways to play in that game. Definitely trust Houston's defense more than anything. And if they're missing Van Fleet and Shangoon, that's a lot of offense that you're missing too. So um, Houston -9 or under 209, definitely ways to look. Toronto plus the points are nothing for me versus the Knicks. Just a bad schedule spot for the Knicks, and the Raptors have been playing good basketball, just like the Blazers. So those are two looks there. Lakers and Clippers. I really agree with the over. It's either that or Clippers. Only ways to look in those games. And then Pacers and Blazers. I will probably need more time. So those are ways that I'm looking. Again, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. It definitely helps out the show. Subscribe so you know when we're live. And I will be back doing this again tomorrow. I'll hold it down until my guy RC gets back. So until tomorrow, best of luck on all your action, and I'll catch you guys then.